Hey everyone. Before we start, we just want to acknowledge a tragic turn of events that shook all FFBE fans the world over. Our dear Shali, the star of the update videos and meetups, has passed away. Her sudden death reminded us all of just how painful and fragile life really is. Shali left a huge hole in our hearts and our community and will be missed. We want to send our heartfelt sympathies to Shali's family and the affected FFBE community. Rest in peace.
And I think she'd want us all to continue to enjoy the game she loved and was so passionate about. So we're going to try and keep going as usual and keep giving you podcast content that you love and come to and expect from us. So this is not the week I expected to return on, but here we
Oh wait,
go.
you had a week planned that you wanted to return on?
No, I mean, this is not the circumstances I
Ah, sorry,
expected
sorry,
to
sorry.
come back
Yeah,
into.
yeah. It was such a surprise for everyone,
Mhm.
really.
Yeah. And now we've got an unprecedented banner this week as well because we have 3 new NV units and not one of them is a damage dealer, really.
Well, sure. I mean,
Not
they have
really,
damage abilities.
yeah, though. So, yeah, I guess we can start with our free unit we're getting, Runda, old Tyvus's robot companion.
So how are we getting Runda is the good first question, I would say.
I believe he is from the heroic quests that we got Julian's Gauntlet from as well. They're like basically permanent quests that just sit alongside the daily stuff. And yeah, there's Runda a like accessory for him that gives him some extra stuff, trust stuff, and a bunch of shards for him. I haven't checked the total amount of shards that are already available. I think at least his EX1 is available immediately, but we'll probably have to wait for a couple more story chapters to get 3. I don't know if 2's available yet or not.
Yeah, no idea. We actually got quite, so I did the story already, and we got quite like we got few shards actually. It wasn't like I think it was just a couple of fights with 10 shards each. So
Mm.
not like I don't know. I haven't looked at how much the quest gives, so I'm not super sure you're
It,
gonna get EX2.
it looks like there's 90 from the quests at a quick glance, so maybe like
90.
100 so far. So yeah,
Yeah,
maybe not quite
well,
EX2.
maybe there were six missions. Maybe there were 6 missions that gave 10 each. So
Well, eventually we'll get EX3 anyway.
yeah, yeah, okay,
But
okay.
as what it actually does, here's a nice free physical tank. He doesn't have much utility, but is definitely a pretty big bulk wall thanks to his LB being both 80% general and physical mit,
Hmm.
and the SLB being 85%. But obviously, you have to wait a few turns for the SLB to come up, so it's good to be able to use that LB immediately, especially with Warring Spirit at EX2. You can use that turn 1, and he has a preemptive cover, so you can
Yeah.
be very bulky right from the get go.
Yeah, and I mean this level of mitigation is like what Behemi has on his Magnus, basically.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a stat difference and so on, but still, it's quite high
Yeah.
mitigations.
And I think Runda gets pretty heavily statted as well. Like he's got the full defense, true one weapon, whatever you call it,
Mm-mm.
weapon plus shield. So yeah, he gets pre-statted. But yeah, the main drawback is that he doesn't have much utility, and at least
He
from
basically only tanks.
yeah, and at least from JP content, there isn't much physical tank content upcoming, but Clash adds some extra sources that you like, extra content that you might want that.
Mm. Mm. Yeah,
And yeah, and especially when he can be high EX level quite easily. Yeah.
I mean,
I think
if nothing, this is a fantastic unit for new players, and we haven't said
yeah,
that in
definitely.
a while, right? Because like,
Mhm.
remember back when we used to get free units often?
Yeah.
Um, so this is kind of a throwback to that, where actually new and early beginner players are getting a really strong tank for a lot of
Mhm.
content.
And one possible thing, even if there is not much physical tank content, I have heard a use from it is because his mitigations on that LB are actually AoE, not just self. He can potentially be a mitigation bot for like another tank, if like a
Oh,
magic tank on certain
oh,
content.
holy crap! Yeah, I mean, like you pair him with Behemi, and like he's not gonna die
Mm,
ever.
yeah, he's certainly. Well, I don't think you would need to bring him with another physical tank. I think it would be if, if you need either magic or possibly Omni cover.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Um, but yeah,
yeah.
he's
Another nice
definitely
thing
a great
about
AoE mitigator.
yeah, and another thing that's really nice about the LB is that it only costs 40 crysts and it's a 30 AoE
Mm.
LB fill,
Well,
meaning it's
only
basically an
the
AoE and trust.
yeah, only the SLB fills 30. The regular one's just 10, but
Oh,
still,
oh,
yeah,
okay, my bad. Yeah, okay, so that's once every 3 turns because we're gonna get the EX3 as you said, maybe not
yeah,
now.
eventually.
Yeah, but
Yep.
nice. I mean, it's super nice.
Mm.
Also has bolting strike frames for nice chaining support.
Yeah.
Um,
His STMR's a shield with some evade and provoke that's not bad.
I like his
Um,
TMR though. That's gonna be nice, I guess.
yeah. I think it's like the names aren't translated for it on the wiki, but I think it's like you need the tank rolls to be able to equip it.
Oh, okay. So what we're talking about is a materia that has an active ability called Provoke 2 that gives you 100% chance of being targeted for 2 turns and 75% damage mitigation um, for 2 turns. So, but if it's unique for the tanks, then it's not a lot of use. Like you
Mm.
could potentially put this on Behemi if you
Well,
want. Yeah.
he doesn't need it anymore thanks to the upgrades he got a while
Oh,
back
yeah,
because
yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
his
He
provoke's
is back to
75 now.
75. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So yeah,
That's true.
most of the good NV tanks already kind of have a 75 provoke.
Yeah.
It
And
is
even
it
the
is
bad
nice
ones
for
do.
him though. Yeah.
You can't even say like this would be something you'd put on Duran or on Noppy because Noppy she already has 75. The
Mm.
mitigation is not her problem. And the same with Duran.
Yeah, these provoke mets are pretty common, so I don't know if it'll see a ton of use.
Yeah.
But one other future use that Runda gets, because a lot of the season 4 characters get some new gear through later story chapters and whatnot that
Hmm.
give them extra buffs. And I know Runda gets a few that give him cooldowns that specifically buff Tyvus's LB,
Oh
and
yeah, I've heard about that.
yeah, yeah, it goes up to something like a 610 mod total. But so that's like really strong, but you are also using 2 slots for it, so the per slot average is still like just decent. But
Yeah, exactly.
in in content where like Tyvus is doing well and being one of your main damage dealers, it can kind of be like a two for the price of one option
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
slotting damage dealers. So that's
Huh.
a nice option. It's like, it's not going to be super groundbreaking, but it
Huh.
works.
But I like Tyvus. I like that this unit will buff him as well. And it
Yeah.
fits the story, it fits their partnership, so that's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. We will have to wait a fair few chapters for that, though.
Yeah, sure, sure. It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, very
And the
nice.
shield is probably our highest defense. So his STMR is probably our highest defense shield, right?
I think there might be one that's like 208 or something.
Oh, okay.
I will just, yeah, Awaken Warrior of Light's one is 208 defense, but yeah,
Oh,
second highest.
okay. Yeah. That's good stats. I mean, 200
Yeah.
defense is nice. It also has 20% physical evasion and 20% draw attacks. So
Mm.
it's
Yeah, it's basically a heavy shield option compared to, I think it's Lawrence's STMR that has evade and provoke as well.
mm,
I don't remember what that's called. And yeah, I think that one's a light shield, whereas Runda's is heavy.
yep.
So nice options.
Yep.
Definitely a very, very solid free unit to get.
All right. So who do we have more on this banner then?
So yeah, on the actual banner, we've got our two NVs. So I guess we'll start with Harvey, who is the worst unit of the week, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it depends on your roster, I would say. Like, if you're really hurting for a breaker, he's decent.
yeah, I guess his kit just feels weird. Like if I had just looked at the skills by themselves, I wouldn't have been entirely surprised to see this as like a 7-star kit, but like in the NV era. If they were actually trying to make a decent 7-star now, they're not.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the kit, like the kit is weird, and I think that His highest kit-based breaks are 83, right?
Mm, yeah, outside of his LB and SLB.
Exactly. But
Yeah,
the LB and SLB are strong. Both of them have
yeah,
87% breaks. And like, I mean, sure, we have units like Cacteria, Edge had 88, I think. And of course, the heavy hitters, the 90 percenters out there. But it's not
yeah. Like
bad. Like,
87 is fine. It's standard for a breaker.
yeah.
Uh, um,
And it also has big imperils on it as well for fire, ice,
yeah,
earth, and dark. 135. So that I mean, I think it's a serviceable unit. I don't want to say bad, but like if you have Cacteria or any of the big breakers, then
like
yeah, he's not that useful.
yeah, just like because his combination is like some breaks, a bit of element support because he has the Instoner and Indakra, which do
Mhm,
like the AoE imbue and 25% amp, and
mhm.
then like a couple of killer buffs. He kind of feels like a worse Ling to me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That's a
Ling's
good
nine,
description.
but Ling's 9 months old.
Yeah, yeah. No, but it's a good description. He is a worse
Yeah,
Ling. Like
yeah,
he can come into your team, give you plant and reaper killers. He can give you dark with a poor amp and imperil and break. So
mm,
that could be very slot efficient. But the thing is, if you need that, you're probably using bulwark. If you have, I mean, bulwark is a better version for the scenario I just painted.
yeah,
Uh,
probably.
well, okay, not for these specific killers, but yeah, you get what I mean. Like, sure,
Mm.
like if
Well,
we are
well,
actually
Bulwark is better for
facing,
plant.
yeah, and I mean, if we're actually facing this combo, then yes, like Plant and Reaper both, okay, then he's actually pretty good.
But that's getting like extremely niche.
Yeah, he does have a 160% human killer, so that's at least something. That's actually
You
high.
should get
Or
him to
wait,
EX3.
yeah, okay. Oh shit, that's an EX3
Yeah,
skill.
that's an EX3 ability.
Okay, yeah, nobody's getting
And slam.
nobody's getting
Listen,
Have to
yeah.
EX3.
So this is
Okay.
this is not a unit you pull for. Probably not one you're very happy to see off banner, and we'll see maybe occasional use, but very little in general.
Yeah. So why is this dude getting upgrades to Darkga? Because I don't see Darkga anywhere in his
His
kit.
his TMR is Darker equipable.
Oh, so it's equipable. Wow, that's so bad.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one.
Because he gets like 60x modifier increase to it, but isn't it a
Yeah,
magic spell?
yeah. So it's like woo, he has 80 times magic mods.
Y-
That's bad.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have magic stats. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
actually, his base attack and magic are actually pretty similar.
Yep.
It,
But does he
so
have any
it's
dual
weird.
hand or
His,
something?
his magic stat is higher at EX0 and EX1, and his attack stat is higher at EX2 and EX3. It overtakes it.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, most of his stats are attack plus magic dual wield stuff. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
he's also an innate dual wielder, which is bad for the current meta.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, damage
Yeah,
wise, but he is really
yeah,
not a damage dealer. Like he
yeah.
has no
He's not
damaging
doing that.
abilities. I mean,
Yeah,
even his LB that can do damage is 160x, which is like, yeah, come on.
and that's the SLB.
Yeah, and that's the SLB. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's really not gonna do damage.
no, he's
And yeah,
this is not a very good unit, basically.
yeah.
And
I
like
get.
his card has some 50% killers on it, but it also only has 60 attack and magic at max level, so I don't think that's really gonna
I
be
didn't even
used
look
either.
at his card. Is it shared with Leftia?
I think so, yeah. Oh
Okay,
no,
okay.
no, they actually have different cards.
Okay, yeah, because his card is absolute ass. Like it's so
Mm.
bad.
To be fair, Leftia's card also pretty bad.
Okay. But let's mention at least, so I don't know how much use this is gonna get, but let's mention his STMR. So his STMR is interesting because it's a high attack and magic instrument. Which
Mm,
and the only reason, well, it also has some resistances, which is nice. But the big thing about his STMR, I want to say, is the fact that Bulwark has a big instrument in peril. So this might be something you'd want to put on like a dual wielder. I don't know when it would be, but
Yeah, like
maybe.
mm, dual wielder where like a 180 stat weapon is actually doing well
Yeah,
compared to like the 260 from DV weapons. I don't see
true,
it really.
true. Yeah, no, it's true. Like, and just to use that high imperil, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe not,
Yeah,
maybe not.
bad unit.
Nah, unfortunately, bad unit. Yeah, really.
Hmm. Oh well.
Oh, well, we have one that's semi decent at least.
Yeah, I mean, not interesting but decent.
Yeah. So Leftia seems to be fire Roka or fire
Even
element
more.
amper.
Yeah, yeah. She's the latest in the JP clones of the 45% AOE ampers for your team. I think she is most closely a clone of Frisia, Mermaid Frisia.
Yeah,
They are
yeah,
very similar.
yeah. They are. I mean, they have the same buffs, the same
Yeah,
LB buff, um, everything.
swap wind for fire and whatever Frisia's races are for human and machine.
Yeah. My problem here is I wonder, like, is she, I mean, outside of the LB buff, doesn't Rain do everything she does and also a little better if you crown him?
Yeah, the keywords there are if you crown him, which
Yeah,
is yeah, and rain costs like
expensive.
8 crowns,
But like, who the fuck
which
are you
is
gonna crown? There's only 2 units worth crowning in the game right now. 3 if you don't have a 90% breaker. But like the only 2 units is Terra for the niche amp strats or the niche field amps she has, and then like who else? Like is the
Idel can do actual good damage if it's a long fight.
yes,
She's still
exactly. That
pretty
was the one I was
competitive
looking
with
for.
crowns.
And
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 then
Adele
yeah,
can
I guess
burst.
yeah, and then like uh, Locke has that 90 those
Yeah.
90%
If you
defenses
really
verified.
need that, if you really need a 90% breaker, then yes. But like,
Like
outside of those, there's really nothing to put
yeah,
crowns on, honestly.
well, Noctis and Arden crowns might be reasonably soon, and they're also pretty strong.
Hmm. Didn't somebody say that Neo Laswell gets really strong with crowns? Or was that something else?
Is he gets good crowns, but it still only makes him average.
Okay.
Like it he's better once the magic variance is in play, but still like not quite top tier,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
even with
people are saying that about every unit, though, meaning that crowns are really worthless holding on
Mhm.
to. I
I don't
mean,
know, like yeah, less wealth still maybe like 75% of Adele after the magic variance
okay.
from what I've seen. So
So
like
still not that good. Okay.
yeah, a bit subpar.
Yeah. Well,
But Adele can be
Adele is
like near
probably
top
like
tier.
yeah, Adele is probably the best option, right? She really gives you strong burst. Like it's I don't remember what Sinzar said. Was it even higher than Graphs or was it like around there? It's non-elemental.
It's about the same. The difficulty with her is like how well can you gear TDH plus the necessary killers.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But so
Mm,
so like that's good. And again, Terra, nice to have for these niche strats. She has seen use in some clears because of
mhm.
the high amp fields if you're not using any other field. Um, but otherwise, really honestly, like what are you gonna use crowns on? I don't even know how many we've gotten so far, to be honest.
I think it's like 9 or 10.
Okay.
And so yeah, but most of those other units are 4 to fully crown upgrade, and Rain is 8 is the tricky bit.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like she's good. Like she's definitely really good for that 300% LB buff if you're running a fire team. So,
Mhm.
and the 300% LB buff is strong. Um but I don't know. Like I like to collect these ampers, but I'm spending all of my
Yeah.
resources on Esther's banner and now I've
Yeah,
done
this
12.
definitely falls into the category for me of happy to see off banner, wouldn't chase on banner.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that's a great description because I would really like her TMR as well. So her TMR is a fire version of Braska's TMR, which is a skill with triple bolting strike in it, which is nice
Right, yeah.
to.
Yeah, nice to have those support chains.
Yep,
But like I guess because Braska's a 7 star, it's like quite easy to get quite a few of those. So this is only really necessary if the boss is immune to water.
exactly. Yeah,
But still, yeah,
true, true.
it's not bad.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad pickup.
Yeah.
to have there. Yeah, I would like to get her off banner just because I also enjoy the story right now, and she is one of the important characters in the story.
Yeah.
So I like it. She also seems to have an AR chain. Is that a counter or is that a
It's
unlock?
a, I think it's a grant to all allies. Yeah, enable skill for 4 turns to all allies. So
Okay,
that's,
so this
that's
unit just became a lot stronger.
yeah, it's nice utility, but I think we kind of have plenty of ways for support chains these days.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about
And
support chains. This is chain mission worthy. This is like she gives this to all your units, and then you just chain like three of them to get 90.
yeah,
Or
yeah, I guess
more if
because
they're dual wielding, but
it's magic damage, so it won't double with dual wield. So you do need
okay.
four.
You
You
would
you need at least 4 of them using it for your get chain to,
yeah,
which
or
means
three and SR. Well, actually no,
yeah,
three and two SR is what you need.
yeah. But because of that lack of dual wield, it means it's kind of a bit less suitable for your actual kill turn
Yeah, yeah, of
because
course.
it needs a bunch of units. But yeah, if you're getting chain mission on a different turn, that
Yeah,
that works
that's what I see.
reasonably well.
Like I see this, I see this kind of turning every unit into a triple SR chainer basically, because
Yeah.
every unit is going to contribute with 30. So it's going to make your life easier. I know that I have been struggling in both cow and DV on like, okay, so on turn two, I need to reach chain cap because
Mm.
I'm not
I
going to do
mean,
chain cap on kill turn. And that's always been a hassle.
yeah. I mean, you do mention it being effectively triple SR. Remember, Ling does also give everyone literal triple SR. So
True, true, true. And
yeah,
let's people triple cast triple S or let's people triple cast the SR. Yeah, yeah, of
yeah.
course.
So it's like it's convenient, but it's I would certainly wouldn't say it's groundbreaking or that
Yeah, no, no,
significant.
no, not at all. It's worth a mention. It's worth a mention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and what are her killers? Um,
Human and machine.
okay. Oh, those are actually not that great.
No,
I mean, because there are
they're
a lot of
common at
sources
least.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think Ling again has both human and machine at 150%.
Yeah,
So
like the thing is, would you like? I mean, if you have enough Tybus STMRs, right? Would it ever be worth bringing Leftia over Ling, given that Ling has stronger killers? So
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Again, like I mean, but saying it's a weaker Ling is a bad comparison since Ling is a very overloaded unit.
Yeah.
Like she is incredibly strong and versatile, so
Mm.
it's hard. Like it's unfair. It's an unfair comparison.
Yeah. It's funny how both of these banner units have ended up being compared to Ling in a somewhat unfavorable light.
Yeah, because Ling is both of them and better. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like you bring Ling, you get both of these units for free
Yeah.
and better. And she was actually free. I mean, Ling was free with cow rewards,
Yeah. Kind
like
of.
a couple of
But
cows
yeah,
back.
close enough.
Yeah, I mean, like even if you couldn't clear anything, you could still buy one Ling, I would say.
Yeah. But no,
Um,
like obviously Leftia's amp is quite a bit stronger as
yeah.
her LB buff, but yeah, decent pickup, not
No,
something to chase. So
yeah,
this is a nice saving week.
And I definitely, well, not for me. I am spending all of my resources still on Esther, and I don't fucking know why. So I've read
Yeah,
your pulls, right? So I am up to 12 now, zero Esters, only off banner NVs, and only terrible off banner NVs. Like
yeah,
I have,
I feel that.
I've gotten like two extra Celestes, and I already had one Celeste above EX3. I've gotten like I think I'm up to two Furions from her banner and like just like just horrible
Yeah,
units that you
yeah,
won't even STMR Moogle.
I think I got 2 Emperor Vlads in a row at one point.
Yeah,
Because yeah, I did got got baited by an Esther off tickets. Like I had 16 or something from the events and stuff. Used those, got one. It's like, oh, I'll do a bit of the step up, see if I can get a second. 14 steps later, finally get
yeah.
a second one. Like 13 off banner MVs, though a few of those had, not banner rates. And yeah,
Oh.
most of them pretty bad.
I mean, luck is so frustrating at times because like sometimes you're doing pulls on a banner and you get like the unit you want within the first 3 or 4 steps or something. Sometimes maybe even two. And then you have banners like these where, yeah, I've pulled like 7 NVs, I think, or something, including the guaranteed ones on her steps, and
Mm,
not one of them is her. It's like, come
yeah,
on.
such as gotcha.
Yeah, such is gotcha. Yeah. And I think it's just the universe punishing me because the universe knows I don't even really want her. I'm just like kind of, it's really nice to have an elemental as damage dealer that isn't
Yeah.
forced to go on turn 3 because Graph is great, but you have to wait until that turn 3. It would be nice to have someone on turn 1.
Mm.
And
Well,
I never pulled
Esther kind of
Carter.
has Esther kind of has to wait till turn two.
Oh yeah, she has to buff her LB, I guess.
Yeah, buff the mod and also kind of fill gauge
Okay. Okay.
because she
Yeah, but
doesn't
still,
have that
turn
one.
2 is still nicer than having to wait for turn 3.
Yeah, yeah,
Although Graph is turn 2 if you bring Roka, so that's at least
true.
something.
But that's pretty neat. I feel like we've spent more time talking about other units than we have the ones that actually released this week.
I think that says a lot about the banner. Let's move on to
Uh,
the event instead. So, have you
yeah, we've
done
got a
the Super Foe Rush?
I have not, but I've heard a bit about it.
Okay,
Seems
okay,
to
I
be like
haven't. So,
seems to be just kind of like a mini boss rush with like 3 bosses.
yeah, exactly,
And
3 bosses.
yeah, apparently like Kivus pretty much just deletes it on its own, and in general, it's not too hard.
Yeah, I guess like I don't know if any of these fights has multiple enemies or if it's just single target. Because if it's just
It
single target, bring whoever.
no, it looks like there is some
Oh yeah, yeah,
minions
I
and
see
AoEs and
here.
stuff.
So fight 1 has 2 enemies, fight 2 has 2, fight 3 has 2, and fight. Wait, this says it's 4 fights.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's got
Oh, it is. It is. It is. It
there's
is.
three stages, and the last stage has 4 fights.
Yes, exactly. And all of the stages have more than one enemy. Like the last one
Yeah,
has 3. And all of them
so
can
yeah,
be
you
broken.
do want AoE. They're all
Yeah,
weak
and
to
all of them are
fire.
weak to fire. So it's definitely like, hey, Tyvus.
Yeah,
And Tyvus is of course AoE, so he probably
yeah.
just
Looks like they're
deletes all of this.
Yeah, they are neutral to earth as well, compared to 90% resist to all the other elements.
Yeah.
So, like, that's probably like the secondary option you'd want to go for. But even
So
with a
you're
good Imperial,
saying
other elements can still work.
so you're saying I should bring Cyan. Is that what you're saying?
Like, no, you should bring Tulian.
No. I don't have Tulian. I wish I actually did. But yeah, maybe I will bring Cyan, see if he can do it.
Yeah,
Probably can because he's gonna have his SLB.
yeah,
Oh shit! But I'm gonna have to use his SLB on turn 3 on the fight
yeah.
on the third
Might
fight.
just take a few turns on each wave or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but there is a turn limit as well. So on
Oh,
depths,
okay,
you
true.
need to finish by
8
8
total.
turns. So okay, but 8 turns is 2 SLB. So like if you're on 3, you kind of just stall a bit. And
Mm.
although you can't stall because if he kills all of them with his SLB, well, maybe he doesn't kill it unchained.
Hmm.
Can
It's
hope for the best.
yeah.
I
We'll
want to try. I
go
want
on.
to try.
Yeah.
Is Duran AoE? Because he's also
I
Earth.
don't know. I haven't really looked at them, to be honest.
Whoever beats this with Rain, that's the true champion. It probably can be done. Like Rain got some buffs.
Yeah, with his like EX upgrades, it's probably not that bad because it doesn't sound like it's that strong of a fight. But
Yeah, yeah.
us just talking about this when neither of us have done it is a bit of a mess.
It
But I
is. It
guess
is. It is.
that's the drawback of recording a couple days earlier.
Yeah, but I can say Duran also is AoE. So hey, feel
Mm,
free to bring
Good luck.
Duran.
Comic.
I might try it. I might try it. I might try bringing Duran
Mm,
and Cyan
Or
with
just,
Roka.
yeah, yeah. Or I mean, with Roka having Earth and Imbue or whatever, I just bring her and Esther or something.
Yeah, if I had her, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
that
I
might be
mean,
what I do though.
I even spent my cow rewards on this banner, so like now I am 1,300 lapis short of the
Oh, you mean your Vision World rewards?
yeah, exactly, the Vision World rewards. Yes, yes. Yes, like I went all in and I don't even know why. I don't even like the unit. So the universe is really, telling me don't, but
You really just have no self-control, don't you?
I really don't, and well, I do. this is just how I enjoy the game. Honestly,
That's
like I just but the problem is Roberta is coming soon, and I love Roberta like 50 times more than Esther. So I'm gonna get shafted, I know it.
fair. So I guess the last thing we have this week is the new Dark Visions.
Yep. Do we know about the final stage yet? Or I mean, of course we do. I just don't.
Yeah, it's got the elements and weapons. I think it's another iteration of Black Dragon. I
Okay.
don't know what the gimmicks are this time, but it'll probably be a pretty standard DV. There's Lapis for the top 1000. I think that's been a thing for a couple DV ranks. Dark
Yeah.
Matter still hasn't been increased to 2K. It's still at 800 max.
Yeah, but that only matters to new players, honestly. Like I have so much. I
Of course.
haven't even upgraded all the weapons yet
Yeah,
that I
that's
can
fair.
upgrade.
But yeah, and speaking of the weapons, we've got three more: the axe, dagger, and gun. So we're now at 13 out of 16.
Nice,
But
nice.
we're still kind of behind schedule on these. Like by the time of Julian, so like a month ago, JP had all 16 weapons and the level 12 upgrades for them.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we're kind of behind schedule on those. It's
I'm
a bit
still
annoying.
annoyed by the fact that they're all single hand, because
Yeah,
and that's not what the meta
except for the
is,
bow.
except for the bow, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's not where the meta is right now. So
Yeah,
it's
that is annoying. Well, I think the annoying part of that is not so much that for me that the DV weapons are one-handed, it's that Alum has made two-handed so dominant.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, but like we've already seen this happen in the game once, right? Like Variance and TDH was king, and then dual wheel got the higher chain cap, and then TDH got the higher chain cap. So it's
Mm.
like it's all going around in a nice circle. Soon, dual wheel is
This
gonna
one's been
get the
this one's been going on for quite a long time though, the
true,
TTH
true,
era.
true.
Oh well,
But dual wheel might get soon a 8x chain cap. So
maybe. But yeah, I guess speaking of two-handed ones and variants and stuff, this DV is going to have the variants update next week, right in the middle of it. So
oh shit.
you yeah, you might actually want to kind of wait till week 2 for the hard fights anyway, because yeah, then you'll get more damage because most physical units pretty much just get like up to a 15% damage buff from this
Right,
variants update.
right. That's very nice, very nice. I guess like
Yeah.
the only ones that don't get a buff is gun users. So like,
Well, yeah, ones that are already using a 1.5 variance weapon get a smaller upgrade. They still get a small one
mm,
because yeah, the 1.5s go to either 1.55 or I think it's either bow or fist that goes to 1.6, but I don't remember which. I think
okay,
it's bow.
nice.
But yeah, and the only ones that don't get any upgrade from it on the physical side are the Xenogears units.
Yeah, of course. In fact, this is where we actually already talked about it during well, at least during the news day. I wasn't part of the actual podcast episode that week, where Graph actually gets crept a bit because some of
Mm.
the premiums overtake him now on the correct element, obviously.
Yeah, he loses some ground, but he's still fine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean he's far from bad, and he's still elementless, which is really nice. Um, but
And
but in DV that doesn't matter as much as it does in JP again, because in
that's
JP
true.
they have element locked final bosses, whereas we don't. So
Yeah, we still don't really seem to be doing that.
yeah, meaning that Auron will always hit really, really hard because he's still relatively self-sufficient. Like he won't hit as hard as whatever your main element is if it's not wind, because he won't have the best amp and imperil and so on. But I mean, the difference
Mm.
is really going to be tiny in reality.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm on the topic of like the magic or the variant stuff. I'm interested in what they'll do with like the magic variant side of things because that's normally a few months later. But with the way the release stuff is looking like next week, it seems like it might be Dark Reign's release as like a big hyped magic damage dealer on the
Hmm.
same week that all mages become worse.
Wait, why would they become worse? I thought the variance upgrade was a good thing.
Well, the variance upgrade, like the initial variance upgrade, is only for physical, so all
Oh, you
physicals get
mean
better while
physicals?
mages
Ah,
don't
okay.
change.
Gotcha, gotcha. I thought you meant the mage variance
No, no,
upgrade.
because in theory that's still a few months away.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
wondering if because of that, maybe they might even move it up and just do it all at the same time.
but I know
And
that
that would be
Dark Rain
quite
has
neat.
some fans, though. Like there are some people out there really rooting for Dark Rain, and
He's still
he's supposed to be strong, right?
yeah, he's still pretty decent, but
But
not
mage basically.
yeah, not chart topping.
Okay,
But
all right.
we'll talk more about him when
But
he
have you
releases
double
update
checked your math on this? Because like it feels like he should be chart topping.
why? Because he has the same LB mod as Sephiroth with the same amp, but no variants.
Oof, that's tough. That's a tough sell. Oof, yeah, okay. That's like a clear 50% drop. So
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, he makes up for it a bit with like the magic store thing that he does with his TMR, but
Mhm.
not enough.
Okay. Well, it's going to be interesting talking about him. I mean, I'm all for getting a bit more, shaking up the meta a bit, at least throwing in a mage that actually can do decent damage. I was happy for
Yeah,
Angela
for sure.
users. So it's just nice,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't break the meta in any way.
Mm. I think things will get pretty interesting if they do move up that magic variants update, especially as we don't yet have most of the envies that give the good two-handed magic weapons.
Oh, so that's actually going to be a thing. So it's not like the variance update they do for Dragoons. It actually is going to depend on what weapon you're wielding.
Yes, it's magic damage uses weapon variants is the update.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. Interesting. Well, that would be nice. I think that's. I mean, we don't really have that strong magic damage dealers right
Yeah,
now.
it's a really nice upgrade. That's why I want to get it. But
Yeah, actually, I want to look at your sheet and just remind myself who are the damage dealers right now. Honestly,
but yeah,
wait, why
the
is
sheet
your sheet all messed up?
it's a
Okay,
bit of
there
a
we go.
mess right now. That
Yeah,
there's re-ratings in progress.
yeah. So right now, Angela is still top dog when it comes to burst or top
Mm.
dogette. Wait, dog is gender neutral, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, anyway, but Tiana comes in second. Okay. Oh no, 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 she doesn't. No, no, no. It's the summer units.
mm,
Physalis and Shinju are strong.
yeah, they do pretty decently.
Yeah, I need to use those more because like I'm still using Terra in my easy magic clear team that I use for DV for all stages that are magic. Um,
Honestly,
like
for a while I've been using physical units for the magic stages in easy
yeah, it
clear.
works fine. Works perfectly fine. Now, I just feel like I should use magic. But yeah, Shinju seems to be decent actually. So I should probably get her in there.
Mm, be
Okay,
good.
yeah. I can't wait to fill out the magic damage list actually. That would be nice.
Yeah, it'll be cool for them to get a bit of a boost and a bit more love.
Yeah.
Not a lot of love, but a bit more.
At least something. Well, they
You know,
need to
it's
start releasing
sour.
better units too. That's the problem, right? They really need to
Yeah,
start
yeah,
releasing better
definitely.
units. Is are your numbers for Terra the updated ones with her update? They are, right?
I think it was rebuilt with her like updated STMR, but not since then.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but the change is not huge. Like even the best in slot
Yeah,
build with
definitely.
like Celeste's weapon and card increases like 5% or something, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Terra is actually I'm happy that I looked at this list because now I see Terra is actually very behind right now,
yeah.
like incredibly behind. So I should
Like
well,
that particular list will be underrating her. Like check back in a few weeks once these actual re-ratings and rebuilds are done.
yeah.
That'll give you a much better idea. But yeah, she's definitely kind of behind,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, no,
which is
there are like even
yeah,
pause is better actually if you can gear her for
yeah,
decent killers.
yeah. Which makes it weird that 80 is still like the baseline modifier for Evoke LBs.
Yeah, so weird. So weird. Where is Yuna here? Like, oh, there she
Um,
is. Okay, but she's still
yeah,
a fair bit stronger than Terra at least.
yeah. That's partly because she gets access to, her base LB and her own STMR, whereas the others don't on their sheets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she gets a lot more mod. But yeah, it's God. There's so many different like parameters and caveats to understand when looking at a damage spreadsheet, and a lot of
Yeah.
people don't really seem to take those into account properly when
Yeah, a
doing
lot of people just
comparisons.
look at numbers and go like, "Hey, why is your X unit so low or why is your Y unit so high?" So speaking
Yeah.
of the sheet, before we end the episode, because we really run out of content, you can tell we're talking about spreadsheets. How does it feel to take over Muspel's throne?
Yeah, I've been doing most of the work for a while anyway. It's not that different.
I mean, like, did Muspel ever do anything really like anything heavy in the wiki ratings channel ever?
Yeah, yeah, sometimes. He did a lot of like the non-damage unit rating discussion stuff, I guess.
Yeah, tanks. You mean that's what you want to say, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nice.
Rating tanks and deciding that we don't care about offensive utility.
Yes, exactly.
But we're working on fixing it slowly.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Some good discussions.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Well, I guess thank you for this week.
Yeah, it's been nice to catch up again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a while. And so, just to remind listeners, those that are still listening to this very long episode, so this is kind of going to be the norm from now on. Me and Dream, we've found a good time slot, and we're
Mm,
going to be trying to release these episodes. Well, so now I'm not going to use. So let's put it this way: about 24 hours after maintenance is when these episodes are going to come out, usually more
right.
or less.
Yeah, and this
Making
will,
them
yeah, it'll last about as long as until I get a new job, basically.
Yeah, and then we still need to do like fucking math around what time we all can be available for.
Yeah, God.
All right,
Oh
but
well,
thanks, Dream,
you're welcome. Thanks,
and
thanks for
no, go ahead.
thanks for whatever you do.
I don't do shit. It's like I'm literally the dumbest person on the podcast, and just say stupid shit every week, and you all have to correct me, and that's okay. I am fine with my role on the
You are
podcast.
the vessel for us to put content in.
Hmm.
I don't know. That sounds weird.
No, it's
God
okay.
damn
It's
it.
okay. All right. All right. But thanks for this and see you all
Right.
next week.
Thank you.